All right, how's it going out there? It's a real hot day, hot week here in New Brunswick, and we're gonna start the mid-July garden tour and see how everything's going out here. Okay, so I got to do a lot of weeding, but there's some nice stuff in here. I've been harvesting day after day. You can see the lemon balm. It's really coming along well. Very healthy. A lot of essential oils in that leaf. You can see almost as if, see how glossy it is. It smells really good. I've been using it in teas and I just love this plant. Right next to it here we got the basil, and here's a bit of a closer shot of it. It's just awesome. Get yourself some lemon balm. Anti-inflammatory, antiviral, anti-anxiety, everything's in plants. Okay, then of course we got the chamomile, which I showed on my videos before. It's thriving, coming along strong. Got a lot to harvest, and it just kind of keeps on giving. What an awesome plant. Now the dill here has kind of maxed itself out. It's hitting the roof. It's starting to flower and go to seed, but I'm okay with that. This is my first year I've had real success with dill, and it just tastes awesome. Now here in the garden, I got the oregano growing really strong. Check it out. Nice little patch of it here. And then two other types of lemon balm here. Sort of a more wild looking type of leaf. It's got more of a little fur kind of hairs on it. Pretty cool looking, different variety. And then of course my new patch of cilantro that's gonna kick off soon. And some different types of basil in here. They sort of got choked out by these weeds, but I've been slowly working at it and they're gonna bounce back. Got our kale here throughout the garden, different little piles of kale. There's another decent one. We got our peas starting to come along. And then in these rows here, which is really coming along, I'm really impressed with, we've got this snow crown variety of cauliflower. So there's the row, and then the first plant is showing signs of the cauliflower vegetable, which is awesome. Just looks so fresh. And then one of my favorites, I've got the corn patch with the squash, and I don't think I have any beans coming up yet, so it's not a true Three Sisters, but I really like its progress so far. This year I'm kind of experimenting with one of the bigger size pumpkins rather than the small sugar pie. Just want to have fun and get some real huge pumpkins. I don't see any beans yet. Maybe I'll have to replant them. Another one I forgot here is the catnip, which is good if you have muscle cramps, back spasms. If you make a tea out of it, it really helps with that stuff. And there it is. I brought it home and my cats loved it so much I had to make them their own garden because they were going after my catnip. And then I think, if somebody could tell me, I think this might be what they call the wild lettuce, which if you break it open, I'll do that later someday. It's got the white sap inside, and that is a pain reliever. I may be wrong, but from what I remember, it starts to produce those yellow flowers on top. And I tend to leave a lot of these weeds. Some of that plantain lily, I think. This here is second year St. John's wort, so I've got to figure out how to harvest it, how to use it properly, because I don't think it's a straight edible. It's something you have to prepare so it's not toxic or whatever the properties that might not be as good for you. And here for the pollinators, of course, we've got some of the milkweed. This is sort of the corner of the garden that has all the wildflowers. And then of course the Brussels sprouts, which won't be ready well until the fall, but man, they're really coming along nice. There they are. I think I'm gonna have to get a net over all of these brassicas. I had a net on them, but they quickly outgrew it, and now I'm just gonna have to construct some kind of frame and get some kind of less expensive netting from maybe like a fabric store or something like that. Well, now we're back in the greenhouse here, and there's a look at that tomato that's touching the roof. Got a couple fruit on it. There we go.